Hello One Piece community. This is my first time doing a video for YouTube. This is because no other One Piece content creator has theorized about it. As the title of the video suggests, I think Haki is the origin of the devil fruits and ancient weapons. To better understand my theory, I created a Haki skill tree. In this video, we go through each Haki color from the basics to the advanced level. Let's start with observation Haki. In its basic form, the color of observation makes it possible to perceive everything in the environment. In other words, you can see what's going on around you without seeing it with your own eyes. The next level would be foresight. It enables you to see a split second into the future. Ruffy activated it when he fought Mihawk at Marineford. The advanced form would be future sight, which allows you to see into the future for a few seconds. And the highest level would be vision or prophecy that only a select few can apply. Another advanced form of observation Haki would be aura seeing. This is the ability that Fujitora and Usopp demonstrated. Aura seeing enables you to see and measure the spiritual energy sent out by other people. I believe that there is also the power to hide your aura. Concealment enables you to completely erase your own spiritual energy. That power would fit to Shiryu of the Rain and his invisibility. Higher level Haki also improves your hearing and feeling. The best example for this is Sanji. In Punk Hazard, Sanji could hear a woman's tears falling. I think mind reading is another advanced form of observation Haki. It is speculated that Enel could read minds even though his devil fruit power helped him. This brings us to the connection that Ruffy and Momo have. The voice of all things is the power of telepathy. This is why Momo was able to see through Ruffy and Zunisha's eyes. The final and most powerful form of observation Haki is mind control. Only a select few have this power, and I think Doflamingo, Momo and Shirahoshi are among them. In chapter 700, His Pace, we could see how Doflamingo draw Ruffy into his pace. Shirahoshi, the ancient weapon Poseidon, is able to control Sea Kings. And Momo is able to command and control Zunisha. From this I conclude that the ancient weapons have the power to control the greatest creatures in the sea, on land and in the air. Some have speculated that Momo is the ancient weapon Pluton and that Zunisha is the great battleship. Now let's take a closer look at King's Haki. By definition, King's Haki allows the user to exercise their own willpower over others. More specifically, I think King's Haki allows the user to distort the spiritual energy in everything. Haki, also known as spiritual energy, is found in everything. It is in all living things and in nature. The reason weak-willed people faint before a King's Haki outburst is because their own Haki becomes distorted or weakened. Coding is the advanced form of King's Haki. Instead of the outbreak, the Haki power is compressed and forms a shield-like layer over the body. As I said before, I believe that King's Haki is also the power to weaken the Haki of others. Because of this, Big Mom is called an iron balloon and Kaido's skin is so hard even iron breaks on it. Both Kaido and Big Mom are constantly covered with King's Haki and thus normal attacks and even armor Haki-induced attacks are massively weakened. The final and most powerful form of King's Haki is its manifestation. I call it the manifestation of a king. The reason I think Asura is the manifestation of Zoro's King's Haki is because a shocked Kaido specifically named it that. When Kaido first saw Ruffy's King's Haki outburst, he wasn't really impressed, but not so for Zoro's Asura. So, in which mythical creatures do you think the King's Haki of Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, Kid or Ruffy will manifest? As you can see, in my opinion there is a very interesting connection between mythical zone devil fruits and the manifestation of a king. I'll go into more detail at the end of the video. The last color of Haki is armor Haki. In its basic form it increases the strength and defense of the user. You can also coat objects with armor Haki. As we could see in Amazon Lily, it is also possible to coat arrows with armor Haki and shoot them. This ability is very interesting for snipers like Usopp and Van Augur. A more advanced form of armor Haki is Ryu, or outer Haki. It is the ability to use armor Haki as a flowing force outside of your body. The best example is Rayleigh when he used it in the form of a Haki blast on a giant elephant. Ryu, or outer Haki, is the power that all swordsmen use in One Piece to create their flying slashes. That means Zoro has been able to use Ryu since the fight against Mr. One. At this point I have to make it clear that Ryu or outer Haki is not the power to damage a Yonko coated with King's Haki, as the flowing armor Haki would also simply be negated. The power to damage a Yonko coated with King's Haki is the most advanced form of armor Haki, namely the internal destruction Haki. It's the ability that Sabo first demonstrated when he destroyed the core of the Colosseum with his ability called Dragon Breath. Ruffy also used it to destroy the handcuffs from within to free Yamato. In the picture on the right you can clearly see that Ruffy has destroyed the tree from the inside and the outside is unharmed. From this I conclude that the internal destruction Haki is a kind of telekinesis force, as the Haki power is generated in a somewhat distant place with no direct connection to the body. And finally, I will explain why I believe that Haki is the origin of the devil fruits. Have you ever wondered what strange power vista of the flowers used against Mihawk at Marineford, or why the hair of Hyogoro is on fire? I believe that this is the manifestation of their armor Haki, or more precisely the manifestation of their own spiritual energy. Here is an example of the lightning manifestation. All of the Mink tribe have lightning powers, and at Marineford we could see Magai using lightning on his sword. Big Mom and Ruffy also have lightning abilities. Here are some examples of fire manifestations. We could see Fosa use his firepower on his sword at Marineford, and we know Kinemon uses fire powers. I think it's very interesting that we can see Big Mom and Ruffy here again. Both have similar Haki energies, namely fire and lightning. Also worth mentioning is Apu's devil fruit power and Brook's music soul manifestation. And my personal favorite is Whitebeard's quake fruit and Don Chinjiao's and Sai's vibrational manifestation. Sanji is a little troublemaker. First, I have to admit that personally I think Sanji will get King's Haki at some point as well. But we don't know if his Diablo jump is his King's Haki manifestation, armor Haki manifestation, or an ability he has due to his father's experiments. It was foreshadowed by Zoro in Thriller Bark that he was about to transform into something. Maybe his King's Haki manifestation is a fiery devil? Nonetheless, I am sure that we can expect great things from Sanji in the near future. How did the devil fruits come about? The creation of the devil fruits is a very sad story. The spiritual life force, Haki, of the strongest warriors of the lost century was literally harvested to preserve their power for eternity. And the bodies of these great warriors are kept frozen under Mary Joa to this day. And that explains why there are so few mythical zone devil fruits. It is almost impossible to subjugate a giant emperor. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed my theory about the connection of Haki to the ancient weapons and devil fruits.